Welcome back. We just saw Hunter Biden and his team arrive for his closed-door deposition in Delaware. This was literally just about 10 minutes ago. There he is with his backpack on. Meantime, President Joe Biden snapped at reporters asking about his involvement with Hunter's business dealings. Roll the tape.
President Biden, how involved were you in your son's Chinese shakedown text message? Were you sitting there? Were you involved?
Well, you know what? Gary Shapley, the IRS whistleblower, says federal investigators just completely ignored these crucial messages. Listen to this.
And the importance of that WhatsApp message is that as an IRS criminal investigator, we need to understand all the financial flows of money. We're working an investigation on Hunter Biden, and we're trying to assess a true and accurate tax assessment for him. So if there is money that's going elsewhere, whether it's President Biden or elsewhere, we need to follow the investigative steps to ensure that happens, and they were just not allowed in this particular investigation.
Just not allowed to fully investigate. Brett Tolman, a former U.S. attorney, joins us this morning. Brett, great to see you. You know, look, Gary Shapley, to me, seems a very credible person and his testimony, and he's clearly upset by what he faced. What happens now, though? We know all of this, but what happens now?
Well, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
It truly is a staggering, revelation that the son of the president, then vice president, was basically shaking down a foreign agent for millions of dollars and demanding it. And key in that message is he references the Bidens, plural. He references, more than just himself. And we all know what that means when you piece together all the other evidence. What's tragic about this and shocking is this is so inconsistent with DOJ's historical practice when it comes to these investigations. What this is called is sourcing investigations, where you follow the flow of money in and out of accounts, and you see who's involved in the conspiracy that you're starting to uncover. They were not allowed to do that,
right, and
to the great detriment of all of us. So who's it going to be left to? Well, if DOJ is not willing to do it, then Congress has to step up. And in fact, this is something that justifies further investigation of what the Attorney General knew,
right,
and what the highest levels of the IRS and the FBI and DOJ did in relation to this evidence.
And Brett, Shapley detailed how the investigation into the Bidens was hindered. It makes for fascinating testimony. Listen to this and I'll get your thoughts.
We weren't allowed to ask questions about Dad. We weren't allowed to ask about the big guy. We weren't allowed to include certain names and document requests and search warrants. There were definitely hindrances that I've never seen before in my 14 years concerning this investigation that didn't allow us to follow through on investigation of any other individual, to include President Biden.
Brett, a new Fox poll shows that voter confidence in our institutions is tumbling. Less than 60% of people now have any confidence in the FBI. When you hear something like this, you shouldn't be surprised. What do you make of it all?
I've spent 25 years in the criminal justice system, and, keep in mind that Shapley is not just, a new, fresh-eyed agent with criticism for how DOJ handled a tough, sensitive investigation. He is a supervisory special agent with the IRS that has decades of experience. And what has he been doing? He's been doing, in every other case, what DOJ demanded, and that was to expose all those that participated in some scheme to hide and flow money that may have been illegally obtained. And here, this is not a stretch that Hunter Biden was doing things inappropriate with money. We have fake dummy LLCs that are set up. We have whistleblowers within the companies that Hunter Biden was working, indicating that the big guy was Joe Biden. This is embarrassing for this country. All of the doubt and criticism of our institutional investigative units in this country is justified based on this shocking revelation. And I can't overstate it. This is a bombshell. It is the largest conspiracy that we've uncovered that we've not been allowed to investigate fully. People should be sitting in jail like all the other Joe average citizens out there who have been investigated for this type of behavior.
Well, we'll find out where this leads us, but my goodness. Brett, thank you so much for joining us this morning and with your input on this issue. It's not going away anytime soon, for sure. Brett, thanks.